I don't know if censorship is the word. You'll have to tell me. But you have a kind of stacking up of the mainstream media companies. All the New York, Washington, D.C., the New York Times is the Washington Post, and then all the cable news, and with an exception here or there. And then you have the social media outfits like Twitter, who will say, if you say things like a man is not a woman or someone is a biological male, when that is an actual fact about a person, but it's not one that person acknowledges, so you're not allowed to say it. There's a kind of a sense of being censored. Whether or not that is censorship, I don't know. But I think a lot of people feel censored. Like, I can't stand up to all that.
That's right. Yeah, no, I think that the movement really operates with two fundamental tactics. It makes us suspicious of each other, really divides people. And then it sort of deflects from the rising tyrannical elements of our, the ruling regime, is by making the people hate each other. But then it also makes us suspicious of our own ability to access the truth. I think it's really disorienting in that way. And even the example you gave about how, a CNN reporter said recently, there's no scientific consensus on whether or not a baby is a boy or a girl at birth. It just asserted it, just really duh, this is just a truism.
I don't feel shocked by much that CNN says, but you viscerally feel shocked by it. Like, why do you need a scientific study?
Right,
on
everyone
this?
knows, every child knows, it's just obvious. But I think that's part of, it's sort of daring you to challenge such an absurd statement. It's like, we can say the most outlandish thing and you can't even question it.
Right, because
so even that's sort of a power play.
It is right, that's a power play. So, The CNN reporter reports as if this is news or something and this, it seems to me that the science is also drawn into this whole, all the social media companies are on board, and all the old line media companies are on board, the universities and the science departments. I don't actually think a lot of scientists necessarily are. I think most scientists would go, there's a pretty obvious difference between a boy and a girl at birth. But science is somehow co-opted into this whole thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of financial incentives and also reputational, career incentives to maintain the party line in ways that are deeply corrupting of the things that should be immune to that type of, politicization. But it creates this sort of wall of knowledge, this kind of established canon of what is true. Just by the sheer force and how broadly it is endorsed, across all those platforms you're talking about, from, DC to New York to media to medical establishment to the academy, all these, and to our popular culture, certainly.
Right. And then the individual ends up feeling powerless and isolated and
crazy.
Yeah, right. That's right.